Hi, I'm Michelle Moreland, Technology Consultant with InnerScope Hearing Technologies. And today what I'm going to cover is a product that we have here at InnerScope Hearing Technologies, the BlackCat. So the reason why you may choose the BlackCat over most devices that you see advertised, meaning that goes inside the ear, doesn't have any cords, is because maybe it's just easier for you to use. Dexterity issues is a number one thing for most people. It does have a rechargeable battery in the device, which I will cover in just a brief moment here. So you don't have to worry about inserting a little tiny battery into the device. Or maybe you just need a little boost here and there for meetings, certain functions, just very demanding environments that you need that extra amplification, that extra boost that you're looking for. This is a great device to do that for you. So inside the box that you actually receive from InnerScope Hearing Technologies, as you will receive, of course, a user's guide, and that's basically what I'm covering today, is how to use, how to place inside the ear, but it does have the illustrations inside. Also, what comes in the box is your charger. I'll go over that as well, how to make that connected to your device and how to make sure that it's charged. You have a little clip. The clip is great to put onto this actual BlackCat device, so you can clip it onto either a pocket or the collar of your shirt, or just place it in your pocket, whatever you prefer, but the clip option is there for you. You have a little sleeve that actually goes over the main BlackCat device portion to protect it if you drop it. Or maybe you have it in your pocket with your keys or some loose change. It's just a good protection just to keep this device safe. And then you have the actual device. This is where all the controls are, and we're going to go into detail about that in just a moment. And then, of course, the headphones that connect to the actual device to allow you to hear the sound that you're looking for. Okay, so now what we're going to cover is how to put this all together. Here we go. You're going to grab your device here. And at the bottom of this device, you can see a little rectangle area here, and that's where you're going to plug in the charger. Next to it, you can see a little round circle, but also you can see a picture of headphones. This is where we're actually going to plug in your headphones that comes in your package here. And then there's another circle with a picture of a microphone. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, more in detail of what that feature is for. But right now, let's get this connected. With your actual device, what you want to put on first is the little clip that allows you to clip this onto your jacket, your shirt. It just snaps into place. This is what it looks like when it's properly snapped on correctly. And then now you can see a nice open screen of all the functions and the different features that you actually can have access to. So again, clip is on the back, covering the whole back area there. You can also put this sleeve on, which again protects the device. You're going to go over the clip just around the edges of the device, okay, just like so. And that's how the actual sleeve looks when it's on the device correctly. You just got to kind of move it around a little bit. It starts to, as it heats up, it will adhere to the shape and style of your device. But that's how you actually put the clip on and how you put the sleeve on. Let's go ahead and connect the headphones. What you're going to do is take that little headphone jack area here, plug it in, until you can no longer see the gold portion of the headphones. This makes sure that it is flush with the actual casing of the device, that all you see is black to black. This makes sure that you get the good sound quality that you're looking for from the actual headphones, and that both sides will work equally as well. So with the charger, of course, this is for many different things that you can actually plug this into. So for a lot of our active customers that take their laptop everywhere, they're traveling a lot, but they love to use this BlackCat for certain functions, you can actually plug this USB port into your laptop, computer, and that makes it an easy access to charge on the go. But maybe you don't need to travel with it, you're just doing this at home. It comes with the actual plug-in adapter. On the other side of the adapter, you can see where the USB portion of the actual cord plugs into. What you want to do on this particular cord is the white portion is going to go underneath the white portion in the actual adapter that plugs into the wall. So, meaning if you put it incorrectly, it's not going to slide in at all. It's going to resist going in. When you have the white opposite of the other white that was in here, it looks like this. When you have it fully inserted into the adapter, you can now plug into the wall, and then you're going to want to plug into your device. You can remove your headphones if you want to do so, but you don't have to. So when you're looking at the cord to properly insert to charge on the actual device, on the cord there's a B. I'm going to use that B to kind of remind me it's the bottom. So it's going to hide away from me, okay? Then when we hold the device in our hand with the functions, all the little buttons facing up towards me where I can see them, you're just going to come up next to the device and gently slide in as well, making sure that the black on black is meeting and you can't see any more of the silver portion of this charging adapter. And then again, if you haven't already done so, plug it into the wall and charge up the battery. Let's go ahead and remove the charger. We'll set that to the side. So now some of the controls on the device. First one that's very important is the on-off switch. As you turn the device to the side, you will see a little lever here. There is an empty or unfilled circle, and then there is a filled in circle. This filled in circle here represents the on function. So we're going to actually slide that switch up. Okay, I'm going to do so now. Okay, it's now in the on position. How I like to check it sometimes to make sure that it's on is I'll push any of the buttons and a red light will actually light up just to let you know you touched something, you made a change, it's got power to it, but that just lets me know, okay, I fully charged it, it's ready to be used, ready to go. So on your headphones, before you go ahead and use this device, on the actual headphones themselves, they are labeled left to right, because if you notice when I show you the device, the actual BlackCat device, it does have an L for left and R for right. You are able to individually adjust the volume settings on these headphones per ear. So maybe you hear better out of your left and not so good out of your right. You're going to want to turn that right side way up and leave the left side maybe where it's at. That's something that you'll have to experiment with as well, just to find out what works for you and what works for that environment as well. But on the actual headphones, the R, again, right, I'm going to go ahead and place that into my right ear. This little rubber tip is what goes into the ear canal. We're just going to go straight back, gently place inside the ear canal, and just give it a little push like so. And that is securely inside the ear. Now, of course, can you turn these upside down and turn them every which way? Can you do left and right? Yes, you can switch these, but I will tell you, if you're the type to individualize your settings, you're going to have a lot of complications of wondering, why am I hearing better out of my right when I want that to be actually at a lower volume and I want the volume all in my left ear? That might be because you have the headphones in the wrong ear. So remove out of the ear, look at the picture, look for the L for left or R for right. So right here I have the L for left. We're going to go ahead and put this one on. Okay, so now we have both actually in my ears and they are secure. Okay, so now we're going to go over the controls. So when you're looking at the face of the device, you can see L for left, R for right. You can see this little minus sign here in the middle. What this is it actually syncs up left to right so that you're making the correct adjustments to both equally. But as I briefly explained before, maybe you want more power in one ear versus the other. So let's use, for example, I want more power in my right ear. So I'm now going to hit the R, and when you push that, you're going to see a red light. It's hard to see from this angle, but when you're doing it for yourself, you will see the red light above only the R to let you know you push the R. It knows you're only adjusting the R. And then you're going to make the adjustment with the up arrow pointing up for increase in volume. This one is a down arrow to decrease the volume. So I'm going to go ahead now and up the right side. I'm just going to do a couple clicks. When you make that change, you will also notice when the device is facing you, looking at the screen of the face of the device, that these little dots will actually indicate that you're making a change, an increase on the right side. When you decrease on my right side right now, you will actually see the lights go in a downward kind of spiral, I guess you could say, to indicate that you're decreasing the volume. Same thing for the left side, okay? But for myself, I like to keep the adjustments equal. So I'm going to put it on the minus sign. There's a red dot above the minus sign letting me know I've synced them together. I now can go ahead and make the volume adjustment. Now also you can see that there's this little circle or a double circle. This little button actually allows you to switch the microphones. So for example, maybe you're at a table, you want to hear everybody at the table. You're going to keep it in the mode that it's already in. But maybe you're having a one-on-one conversation across the table. You can make this so that it doesn't pick up anything behind you, or it will pick up some, but it will eliminate most. And it's called noise reduction. So it gets rid of the noise here, but keeps everything focused in front of you of where this device is actually either pointed, like if you have it clipped on your jacket or on the pocket of your shirt, it's automatically going to pick up the person right across the table. If you have a group, put it in the middle of the table. That way it picks up all the conversations for you, and it does a great job of doing so. Where these microphones are on this device is when you're looking at it closely, there are 4 dots on here to represent the microphones. They're very protected inside this case, but if you rub your finger over it, just like I did, you'll hear a little static noise to let you know the microphones are on, they're working. So also one thing I covered earlier as another feature is this actual port right here that has the microphone. What this means is we can have other audio inputs go through this device. For example, I have here a smartphone, and with this particular smartphone, it came, of course, with the actual audio in jack. It's called audio in jack. So here we have the audio in. We're going to plug that onto the bottom of the device. This could be an MP3 player, but a lot of people are using it for their smartphones because they have their music on there, they have videos they want to watch on here, and easy access to anything that you want to hear through this particular device. You will take the other end of that audio in cord and plug it right into that little jack there. And now what it's doing is it's turning off these microphones, and it's now only going to allow anything that's playing on here to stream through this device, and I now can hear my music. So it's a pretty neat feature that you can connect to different audio inputs and audio devices. I'm going to remove that. Okay, so now some things that may occur as far as when you're using this device is you may not have the cords properly plugged in. So as I showed you with the headphones, if you have this just partially out and it's not fully engaged, then I can actually barely hear any noise around me right now. I'm getting a little bit in one ear, it just doesn't sound right. Make sure you check that you fully connected those headphones, okay? The other thing that you want to check is, of course, your on-off switch. Off is down to the unfilled circle or the hollow circle, and then on is in the upright position with the filled-in circle. Maybe you've made a lot of adjustments, you haven't turned off the device, you're not sure where you're programmed or where you're set as far as what you chose for the day or for that particular environment. Go ahead and just push this middle button here that has the minus sign on it. I always like to push it twice because that way I know I've really reset everything to balance and be the same in both ears at the starting point of volume. Okay, and so continuing with the other troubleshooting techniques, sometimes we can get wax on these headphones because they're in our ears, of course. So I'm going to remove this actual headphone from my right ear, And this rubber tip you want to actually wipe down with a dry cloth, tissue. Also, you can use alcohol swabs to sanitize these ear tips and just wipe down the actual rubber tip. Then, of course, what we always suggest is you use a brush. This little brush here comes with most of our kits, but if for whatever reason you don't have a little brush like so, you can actually use a toothbrush. It doesn't matter if it's an old toothbrush or a new toothbrush, just as long as it's not wet and does not have toothpaste on it, but you can use a toothbrush to do what I'm about to do as well. You're just going to brush here over the tip of this little earbud, and that clears any debris or wax that may be accumulating in there, so that way you get the full sound out of these headphones. You're going to want to brush these once a day at least, so when you go to store it away, make sure you give it a good cleaning before you store it away. And you're going to want to do this to not only, of course, one side, but duplicate the same cleaning technique to the other side. When this device is not in use, you're going to remove this. You do not have to unplug the headphones from your device, but you do want to make sure that you actually turn off the device by sliding that switch down. And now it is not going to give you any indicators, any lights, because you now have it in the off position, and you will store away at this point. Thank you very much for tuning in to observe how to use your new BlackCat device. Thank you.